Hey guys, so I just want to address a really pathetic and stupid thing that I've heard a few people say about me. It has to do with veganism, and it has to do with the fact that I openly state that I still have a cheat day once a week. Even though I talk about veganism, even though I'm very sympathetic to veganism, even though I make arguments for veganism. Well, in reality, I'm not really making arguments for veganism. I'm just making argument for logical consistency. And logical consistency inevitably leads you to veganism. But that's a side topic here. Oh, you're a hypocrite. Anything you say about, Paul Joseph Watson. We had a little spat a few months ago where he had to flee to his safe space. He followed me for like a couple years or something. And after we had a little spat back and forth over the topic of veganism, he unfollowed me after a couple years fleeing to his safe space. And instead of debating the actual logical merits of the vegan argument, the vegan ethical argument, Paul's just like, you're not 100% vegan. You eat meat once a week. You're a hypocrite. Nothing you say matters. I'm just going to completely ignore the logical, ethical debate over veganism and say you eat Wendy's once a week. And this is something I've heard a few other people leave comments before as well. There's a random dude on Twitter. I imagine he's a viewer of mine, and he was on Twitter basically saying, you eat Wendy's once a week. Well, let me just start off by saying that just last week, I had my third week where I've been fully vegan. And I really do believe I'm finally getting to the point where I could finally put down the sausages completely. I think I've finally overcome my addiction to sausages. So, all the people say, well, I don't have to address any arguments you make because you eat Wendy's once a week. You eat meat once a week. Well, what happens if I stopped eating Wendy's once a week? What are you going to say then? Are you actually going to have an intellectual discussion instead of ad hominem deflection? Are you actually going to debate the merits of the logical argument, the ethical argument for veganism? And the truth is that I believe that I'm finally at a point where I'm finally ready to be 100% vegan. I'm here. I fucking made it. I think I'm ready to stop eating meat, guys. Last week, Sunday night, Sunday's usually my cheat day. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to eat dead animals this week. I went the whole Sunday, which is usually my cheat day. I didn't eat any animal products. At the end of the day, at nighttime, I had this sudden craving for fucking Taco Bell of all the demonic, disgusting crap. I had this intense urge. And I literally had the car keys in my hand. I'm like, I'm going to go get Taco Bell. I have the craving. I can't withstand it. But before I walked out the door, I couldn't go. The searing reality that when I hand the Taco Bell employee my money, I am paying for an animal to be tortured. That reality I couldn't get out of my head. I think I have finally become fully aware of the consequences of my actions. I'm no longer blue-pilled. I'm no longer living in ignorance is bliss. I'm truly in touch with the reality of my choices, that when I drop that money down, I am paying for something to be tortured on my behalf for 5 minutes of a shitty meal. So I do think that I'm finally at a point where I'm ready. I'm ready. But I just wanted to refute this bullshit thing that I see some commenters pointing out, which is that just because a person in their own actions is inconsistent, that means that the argument they're putting forward is inconsistent. I don't deny that I've been a complete, hypocrite. I've been a hypocrite. But don't you think it takes a bit of time for someone to go through an awakening or a realization? I mean, there's countless people who go from liberal to conservative. I think I heard Paul Joseph Watson say once that he used to be a liberal. We go through transitions in life. We don't just snap from one second to the next and realize things, especially when it comes to meat eating. Because meat eating is a dietary change. Of course it's going to happen over time. Of course you're going to have one foot in and one foot out as you question a habit that you were born and raised into for your whole life. I've been eating meat for 30 fucking years. I used to eat it every day for the majority of my life. That means there's a physical component to this habit. It's not just like, oh, fucking, just stop, just stop thinking negatively. Start having positive thinking. No, we're talking about ingesting food, your body digesting the food, and then taking the nutrients out of that to sustain your body throughout the day. I mean, meat eating is an incredibly difficult habit to overcome. An incredibly difficult habit to overcome. Because it's so intimate in the sense that you're eating it and you're consuming it and it's becoming part of you. These are deep-seated at the very core of our being habits. So of course it's going to take time. Of course you're going to go through a phase where you're like, damn, do I have to eat these animals from these places that I have no idea where they're coming from? Do I have to do that? Do I need the nutrients from the meat? You're gonna go through a transitionary phase. So the point is that it's a pathetic, petty, insecure ad hominem attack to focus on whether or not I'm not being 100% consistent because you don't want to actually have an intellectual debate. You just want to say soy boy, soy boy, soy boy, and then go running to your safe space and not having an actual intellectual discussion. Well, guess what, bitches? I think I finally got 100% vegan. I think I finally got 100% vegan. I don't think I'm ever going back. I'd love to have discussions and debate about this topic because I don't like to be 100%, I don't want to put all my intellectual eggs in any single basket because you always got to remain a little bit open-minded to the possibility that you are wrong so that you at least are open to other people's ideas. So even though I might become 100% vegan in my actions, I'll always leave 1%. What if this diet is bullshit? What if I missed something in the ethical analysis or my logic is flawed somewhere? But hey guys, if I'm 100% vegan now, you can no longer just say, if I propose a really tough question to you guys and you can't answer about veganism and meat eating, if I'm 100% vegan now, you can't just say, you eat Wendy's once a week, I don't have to actually debate you. What are you going to do now? I'm sure you have a whole other arsenal of silly, fallacious deflections. And I'm ready to take those on, and that's fine. But I just wanted to do a quick video on this petty ad hominem deflection tactic by people who do not know how to actually argue things, who are afraid of the true intellectual debate. Everything we go through in life is a transition. You change, you evolve, you adapt. So you have to have one foot in and one foot out for a certain period of time as you come to the realization that maybe old habits or old belief systems are flawed. So enough, guys. What if I go 100% vegan now? What if I'm 100% vegan now for the rest of my fucking life? What are you going to say now? It's time to stop with the petty ad hominem deflections. Stop running. Stop fleeing to your safe space. Stop running from the true intellectual discussion. Stop being a coward. Stop being a cuck. So my incredible brand new shirts have just arrived. 0 fucks given. We've all seen those videos of cats knocking over things off the edge of a table. These are actually now available. I'll put a link to them in the description below. And yeah, it fits pretty nicely. 0 fucks given. Links to these incredible shirts are in the description below. Take care. Fight back against YouTube censorship by supporting me on Patreon. You'll also get access to exclusive, never-before-seen videos and other perks like monthly Google Hangouts with me, free books and t-shirts, and more.